What's going on, world? This is LoS's WorldCast, and we're live here in Philadelphia, PA, city of brotherly love. Stay tuned, a lot of topics to get into.
So we like to cover a lot of relevant topics, and recently, what is it, Clippers
Owner.
Yeah, the Clippers owner had a lot of racial remarks to his woman being around a black man, Magic Johnson, and even posting pictures with black people on Instagram, which is nothing wrong with that.
Well, he had a problem with her posting pictures with her and Magic Johnson, saying that would portray the wrong image. I don't want to go in verbatim, but my thing is this: Los Angeles Clippers players should just do a protest, a walkout, or sit in, or turn their backs, or not show up to the game. I would, if it was me, I would try to lead the charges. Nobody coming out to play, including my coach. It would be a forfeited game, the first NBA forfeited game I think in history. So that would just be my advice. Dude got caught up in his truth, and there's nothing wrong with being a truthful person. But if you're bigot and hate in a position like that, when you employ people of any ethnic background or any whatever preference they have, you should be completely non-biased. And I'll just leave it on that. But to the Clippers players, please do something, man, that will live on forever in the memory of everyone across the world, because the NBA basketball expands from here to every other country on earth. So I'm just pleading with the Clippers players, do something.
Especially because the Clippers isn't like in a predominantly white area. It's in Los Angeles.
It's LA, a melting pot.
Exactly.
LA, a melting pot, man. They could be the ones, I always use that terminology, the torch carrier, but you know, be the MLK of basketball, be the first to do it. You know, stand up against bigotry, stand up against racism. Racism's old, racism's corny. You know, we live in a world now where everybody's mixed, and if you really think you come from one race, you're highly, highly mistaken. So at this point, it should all be love, peace, and happiness, and no more hate, man, and stuff like that. He's older, so he comes from a different generation. I always respect that. Anybody what you come from, your story, how you got there, but there's always room for change, and I'll just leave it on that.
So right now we in Philly.
Yeah.
You know, Meek Mill's hometown. He's really the only artist from this area that's really putting on.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts? What are your comments? You know, he transcended from the young boy with the nappy braids
Yeah.
to the dream chaser right now. So, just comments.
Well, let's get one thing straight, man. Meek right now is a amazing businessman. From the book, the movie, the Dream Chasers series, his movements with Maybach, his classes that he had been taking to become more articulate, to become more better, like in dinner settings. I think he's putting on his big boy cap, his big boy shoes, and I think Rick Ross and him are really going to take this all the people that he's been taking with him since he was a teenager with him and move them, you know, smoothly into their mid-20s. Meek's young, Meek's a millionaire, Meek's worth a lot of money. Meek's got a whole camp that he's developing. You know, R.I.P. to Snoop when he did have an artist who was very promising. You know, I remember listening to Snoop, watching Snoop's battle against Deshaun Jackson's artist.
Murdered him.
Killed him, destroyed him. I mean, big shout to him. He's talented. You know what I mean? And you know, it just shows the evolution of an artist. And what I see is somebody that rap could really cling on to. I think Meek could definitely be the guy in the 30s to do what a Hove is doing, to do what a Rick Ross is doing, and become a mogul, and become a businessman, and become a leader to groom the next generation.
So you think Meek has the possibility to approach the throne?
Absolutely. And the throne, it's hard to get right now. I'm gonna tell you like that. It's a multi-million-dollar throne. It's not just the rap skills. It's the business you bring with it, and I know that's what Meek is building now. He's like, look, I gotta have the businesses, I gotta have the vendors, I gotta have the connection, I gotta have a sports affiliation, I gotta have the youth with me, because that youth grows older and still generates dollars, and what you have with artists that you're bringing up, they'll support. So that's what I see with Meek. I see the growth. I see in the next 10 years being able to look back on this conversation and say I nailed it. Anything else?
How do you feel about the Meek and Cassidy beef? I know a lot of people, I personally thought it was fake, real. I mean,
I'm not big into beefs. I'm big into unity, as corny as that sounds. I'm big as the more artists coming together and building something. Cassidy and Meek, two cats out of Philly, like, it shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? Like the Gillies, the Meeks, the Cassidys, all these cats out of Philly should be building together, making these studios, making these multi-million-dollar movies, these clothing lines, because you got this whole beautiful city with all these beautiful people that can support you. They rather, believe me, at the end of the day, as corny as it sounds, I know we come from a battle type community, but at the end of the day, man, when we get together, it can make beautiful music, beautiful things happen.
So, to finish it off,
Yeah.
will LeBron three-peat? I know the playoffs are going right now.
Will LeBron
And
three-peat?
a lot of people are trying to say that he's going to be better than Jordan. Me personally, I think he's one of the greatest athletes of my generation, so I'm rooting for LeBron.
Will LeBron, let me answer the first part of the question. Will LeBron three-peat? Yes. Will LeBron ever attain Jordan's numbers as far as rings? No. I think LeBron can max out at 5. The only reason I'm saying that is not based off of him not having enough talent. It's about him in the free agency era. It's all about money. It's all about getting the max dollar, getting the max money for the little time you have in the NBA. The average NBA career is 6 years, man. You know, your window isn't that wide, so you got to be able to capitalize. So D-Wade's getting older. He's breaking down. If LeBron has to be a businessman. D-Wade's got to go. I'm sorry. Chris Bosh has to be replaced by players like Joakim Noah, players like Al Horford that will be free agents and coming up and get max contracts. LeBron, in order, if you do want the double, if you do want the 6 championships like Jordan, to surpass that, you have to surround yourself with the best. It's much like a presidential cabinet. You have to surround yourself with the best people in the industry. And right now he has, but they're getting older, getting a little bit more worn down. Chris Bosh really isn't, he should be 25 a game no matter what, or at least 15 rebounds based on height alone. I understand he doesn't have the weight. D-Wade can't do what he used to do just because Father Time runs everything when it comes to certain,
Alright, nobody cares. I'm playing. But how do you feel about the sneakers that are going to drop?
Which
LeBron, from LeBron at the playoffs.
His playoff LeBrons, the
Yeah.
elites, I love them. Should it be around $275, $300? Absolutely no. Nike should be ashamed of themselves. There's nothing in that shoe that would justify that cost. Nike has to have a real, I understand the supply and demand aspect, and people are going crazy for them. They're selling out, but LeBrons aren't selling out at that price. So maybe they'll learn a lesson and scale back down. I thought KD had it when he had a $90 shoe, which now bumped up to $100, $130, depending on what model you get. But I don't think it's LeBron's fault. It's Nike just saying, hey man, you know, get what we can get. Let's capitalize off it and see where it goes. And right now, you know, the shoes do sell out. Certain models, certain colorways. Of course, the South Beach when that drop has always, you know, been popular since the 9 when it dropped. I do believe the Elite is a better material. I like it myself. I'll get it, but I'm also going to wait for things to go on sale. I'm not dropping $300 on sneaks. Use this.
LoS WorldCast, we out.